people always say to me, well, what keeps you motivated? You've been in the business for a really long time, and why are you still in it almost 20 years on? And I always say, the day that I wake up and I'm not excited and passionate about getting out of bed and going to work is the day that I don't go to Buro. But that hasn't happened, and that's largely because our business has continued to evolve and change. And look, we don't get it right every time. We make mistakes like everybody else. But the fantastic thing about the team is that we are resilient. We get up and we go again, and we dust ourselves off. We acknowledge we've made a mistake, but we're into the next opportunity. And that, for me, that's what excites me. That's what I'm passionate about, and that's why I love what I'm doing and why I love this business and why I've been here for so long. And I guess as long as I'm still providing value to the team and they let me, I'll be here in the business as the general manager. So that's a little bit about me, and yeah. So my name is Tim Howard. I'm the general manager at Buro Seating. So I've been with the business almost 19 years now. We have in the business a fantastic leadership team, and my role now is more about working with that leadership team. And I say I'm almost, there to empower people, to provide an environment where we facilitate, our growth of our individuals. That's it. The guy that owned the business before me said to me, you'll come into this business, you will know nothing about an office chair or seating. He said, but the moment you start in our business, you'll know everything. And that is true. But what I quickly learned is that's not what this business is about. For me, this business is about, the product, sure, but it's about the service we provide. It's about, how we deliver our product, the customer experience, what's really important to them. And to me, that's what sets us apart as a business, is it's, sure, our product has to be the best in the market, but to me, that's almost what I call a hygiene factor. You got to do that anyway. It's about the customer experience. It's about our team as well. It's about our responsibility that we have in that wider community. And I'm not just talking about that commercial community, but the wider community, which we're really engaged in. If you look at the work we do in terms of our social and corporate responsibility, our team are out there in the weekends planting trees amongst our community. So that, for me, that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. That's what excites me about Buro. Values have to come from within, and when we as a business, and we revisit our values frequently, but every time we do, this is almost a bottom-up process. So we go to the wider team and we consult. We talk to our team and we say, what are the values that are important to you, and we build this set of values. So what I'm really proud of is that the values is not something that the leadership team has created. The values are a set of values that our entire team has created, and what's nice about that is when you do put them up on the wall, everybody walks past them and says, I had a part in that value. That's a value that I believe in. And our values are inherent within our business. The values are almost second nature to us because that's what we do anyway. And invariably when you talk to people about values, they won't be able to tell you what the values are, but in their own words, they're living every part of that value every day. And to me, that's again, I guess, an exciting thing. And I think it sets our business apart is that willingness of our people to go that extra mile, to play at the edge, to connect and collaborate, all those things that we talk about. For me, the most important value is to have fun and to celebrate success. Because at the end of the day, we are all a long time at work, and you might as well have a lot of fun and celebrate your success if you're at work. And sometimes we lose sight of that. Sometimes we get really busy in delivering that customer promise. But probably, if people ask me what my role is, probably a key part of that role is to make sure that as a business we never lose sight of having fun and celebrating success. Because end of the day, the ability to get away for a conference with our team is golden to me. The ability to just spend time with guys that you've come to love and know and who are like a second family to you after, for me, almost 20 years. Family life is hugely important to me, and I think early in your career sometimes you get a wee bit lost in the business and living and breathing business all day long, and you've got to take stock of that and make sure you get a balance. And I'm really lucky that both my wife, my daughter, my son still want to hang out with me and be with Dad, and that's kind of cool. But I love nothing better. I love wakeboarding, and my son, my daughter, my wife, we love that. So to me, there's nothing better than 6 a.m. in the morning, a perfectly flat lake, and you're out there as the sun comes up. Your son's driving, he's towing me across the lake on a wakeboard, and then it's his turn, I tow him across the lake, and we're all out there. And so for me, that what I love about, I guess, that family is that, that I'm able to do things with my son and my daughter. They're both adult children, but they still want to hang out with mum and dad and have fun, and that's you cannot buy that. For me, that's the ultimate, and it's those are the golden moments in life that I cherish, and you never forget those.